I want to ask you, we're looking at a situation where clearly it is not Dhaka which is calling the shots right now. It is Pakistan's ISI in gloves with the Islamist elements in Bangladesh. So with regards to that, when we have protests in the capital city, how do you read this situation?
Yeah, I think the situation is getting escalated, I would actually say, in that term, because what is happening is in Bangladesh, Jamaat-e-Islami is having a very strong hold. All this youth which you
Right.
are seeing on the streets, they are basically on the directions of Muhammad Yunus, and it's a very strong ISI your influence. If you remember in January this year, the DG ISI General Malik and his huge delegation of his senior officers visited Bangladesh. So, it's a fallout of all these meetings which the ISI has been having uh, with the administrator of Bangladesh, and it is now seen that selectively the candidates from the National Citizen Party are being eliminated because that is a direct threat to the Jamaat in the next elections. Because in this election, the BNP and the Jamaat Islami are the two major parties in contention. BNP also is not is losing ground, and Jamaat is gaining ground, and Jamaat sees the National Citizens Party as a rival to its chances to come to power. So I think this is a larger game being played in Bangladesh, and they are trying to target the minorities also, because some of these Hindus leaders are also not in favor of Jamaat coming to power. So it is seen as a threat to their chances in the forthcoming election. So I see this absolutely directly linked to the forthcoming elections. And if you read the statement of Mohammad Yunus yesterday, in which he said the elections will be held.
Yes.
So, saying that law and order situation in Bangladesh, I don't know how he can make a statement, because he has not been able to control the situation in Bangladesh. He has failed as an administrator. He has hardly had any administrative experience. See, he was part of some NGO in Bangladesh Grameen Bank and things like this. But he has no experience. He is being remotely controlled by the Pakistan ISI today, because that is the impression I'm getting, because it's been now almost 72 to 96 hours. He has not been able to bring the situation under control. He has the Bangladesh army at his disposal. He has the police forces at his disposal. So possibly he doesn't want to contain these people. These people are working on an agenda of the Bangladesh. And my last point is on the relations between India and Bangladesh. Uh, with the Jamaat kind of resurgence which we are seeing in Bangladesh, I don't think in times to come, even after elections are held, the elections are going to be free and fair. And that becomes a predicament for the government, that whom does the government talk to now? Because
Exactly.
communication is extremely important in recalibration of the relations between India and Bangladesh. And if the government has nobody to communicate to, that will also create a serious void.
Right. Major General, this is what I wanted to come to. As you said that clearly situation is not under control in Bangladesh. Yunus does not have a grip of how the situation is unfolding. Then in the case and New Delhi would like to raise these issues, who do we talk to? Who do we raise our concerns with?
See, we'll have to talk, because whatever be the government, it is the government which has been elected or selected, or you can use the word nominated by the Bangladeshis. So it is their country. We can't actually get too much into the internal affairs of the country. Already there is a strong narrative which is going along in Bangladesh, that India tries to interfere into the internal affairs of the country. And that is how the passions of the Bengalis have been inflamed, because these kind of speeches I have been hearing on social media. Otherwise, also in the print media, what one is reading in Bangladesh is the sentiments of the people are being aroused to you go against India, and the basic thing is they are trying to build up the case. One thing is on Sheikh Hasina being in India, and the second is that wants to be a big brother, and he wants to have a hegemony in this area. So these kind of sentiments are being expressed. So I think our diplomacy must get into that, because before we get into the coercive diplomacy, because there are two types of diplomacy which India can actually use. One is the formal diplomacy in the normal terms, and the other is the coercive diplomacy, because you must remember that Bangladesh is largely dependent on India. If you look at the trade figures also, there is a trade imbalance in in favor of Bangladesh,
Yes.
because uh, is too much of trade is actually happening from India. 11.08 billion dollars is the imports from India. So Bangladesh economy is to a great extent linked with India. So I don't think it will be the interest of Bangladesh to prolong this India you campaign for a very long time. It may happen for a couple of months, but ultimately I think its realization must come onto the political masters in Bangladesh to mend fences with India.